NCW All-American, a senior from Chicago, Illinois, Olivia Karas.
It's not what happens when we fall. It's what happens when if we're going to pick ourselves back up and continue forward, and that's what she's done, and I'm extremely proud of her for that.
Olivia Karas has been the heartbeat of the Michigan women's gymnastics team for the past 4 years.
I mean, Olivia is the entire package. She's a great student, she's a great athlete, she's a great person, and her confidence and her passion for the sport and just her natural exuberance just lifts the entire team up.
She burst upon the scene coming into Ann Arbor. And for a program known for its freshman successes, Karas' opening act with the Maize and Blue was pretty special.
Wow, that was incredible.
She won the Big Ten Freshman of the Year award after winning the conference rookie honors in an amazing 9 weeks, collecting 12 event titles.
I expect a lot from myself just as an athlete and as a person, and so I came in here and wanted to do my best from the minute I came here, but I guess I didn't really expect anything. I didn't know what to expect from college, not having my mom make me dinner after practice, just a lot of things, and so I look back on it and I'm like, wow, as a baby I kind of figured it out.
From there, Karas continued to shine. As a sophomore, she was named first team All Big Ten and won the conference title on the floor routine.
Beautiful double pike. Again, so much height on that.
I actually went to camp, summer camp with Liv and Emma, both of them. So I have been watching them since I was a little girl. I think middle school was the first time I started watching them. And definitely Liv has been an inspiration for me throughout my entire gymnastics experience. And it was so exciting when I committed to know that I was going to have her as a teammate for 1 year here as my freshman year. So definitely she's been an inspiration for me.
As a junior, she was well on her way to another standout year, but all of that came to a halt February 4th of that season, at home against Maryland, on an event where she had already racked up a dozen career titles.
Going into my last pass, I was like, if you land on your feet, this could be your 10, you can do this. And I knew the second I punched that I tore it. Kind of yanked my legs as much as I could, ended up landing on my hands and knees. And I knew the second, Scott Sherman came over and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I just tore my Achilles. And he was like, let's not say things like that. I was like, no, I know.
Karas was right, and she would miss the rest of the year. But she would still earn accolades without competing, as the junior was a vocal fixture on the sidelines, supporting her teammates, and earning a Big Ten Sportsmanship Award along the way.
I mean, it helped to watch my teammates compete. It took my mind off of the fact that I was in a cast and I couldn't walk, and I'm a rather energetic person on the sidelines, regardless of whether I'm injured or not. So I think that also just was natural for me. It was very easy for me to be excited for them because I am normally. So, and I could also give more energy to them since I wasn't competing myself, so that was nice too, because I was not panting on the side before my routine. I could actually cheer them on while giving them everything I had. So they took my mind off of it, which I don't think they know that, but they did, and that was very helpful.
You know, unfortunately in our sport, we see this all too often. But yeah, I mean, she went through that first, 5 minutes of feeling sorry for herself. Her season was ended, all that kind of stuff. But before she had even come back out of the training room, she was already talking about what she would be able to bring to the team in a different role, and that same exuberance, that same energy, and that same drive and passion to help others do well. And she used that to drive herself to get back.
It's a long road. They say it's about a year, and that's about right, I would say. Just in terms of mental confidence and knowing you can do it, even when your body's I'm healed, you can do it. It's just a lot of really little detail-oriented things that take you the extra step where you're like, oh, I could jump now because I can do 2 calf raises.
The long road back took a big step this season when she returned to the floor in Chrysler Center this past December. to compete in the exact spot where she was unable to walk off under her own power just 10 months earlier.
Definitely like the first double pike I did, the first skill I did, that I heard it on again. I think I looked at Polina and I was like, I got this, right? And she's like, you're fine, like you're gonna be whatever, but it's definitely like that you think, oh, last time I did this I got hurt. So that was a roadblock, I think. And then competing on the Chrysler floor was definitely like, I competed on the Chrysler floor with a watered down routine and I was like, okay, I did it. And then like I had to do it with the double pike on that floor and I was like, oh, there's another layer. So that was definitely a little mental, way more mental than physical for me. And like I think everyone could tell that I was kind of like, oh my God, I have to do this now. And so once I did that, I just feel much more like relieved, confident. But yeah, it's one of those things where you just remember the place and you remember the spot and you just can't really get it out of your mind. But I tried my best to and it worked.
She is amazing. She handled it like a champ. I think being injured really changed her perspective on gymnastics and kind of how grateful we are that we can do this sport, and seeing her come back from that, like her passion and her drive is just incredible and inspiring, and honestly nothing can ever stop her, and I think the injury just showed that for everyone.
Like you gain a new appreciation for like what we do, literally just getting up in the middle of the night to like grab a glass of water or to like do anything by yourself. You gain an appreciation that like you can physically do it. And so I gained a lot of appreciation for day-to-day things, but also the sport in general. Like I would find myself numerous times being like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, or wow, another beam routine or whatever. And then after I got hurt, I was like, if I could do a beam routine right now on one leg, I would, but I'm not allowed to, so I can't. And so you definitely gain a new appreciation for what we do, and that even when we're tired and it's hard, like you still get to do it. So that's kind of how I've gone into my senior year, being like, I might be tired, every part of my body might be hurting, but like I really don't get much more of this. And so just finding the good in it and the fun in it.
Now back in the lineup, Olivia is just as animated as she's ever been, pumping up the crowd even when she isn't performing.
I have gained a lot of appreciation for performing in this way, and it is way more fun to perform when the crowd is having fun. So I guess that's kind of where my getting everyone hyped up part comes from, because it's sad when you salute a routine, everyone's like, yay, that was great. But when everyone's like jumping up and down, like, that was so awesome, like how can you not get excited? And that's what I keep trying to tell the young ones on the team, like when the crowd gets into it, you get into it and you get excited.
She always teases with us. She comes from a family of actors and she has that dramatic gene about her, but she uses it for good most of the time, and she is that source of energy, like when things are hard and when the journey gets tough. You know, she's the one that comes in and makes everybody smile and laugh and remember why we're here, and instills a confidence. She's got such a confidence in herself that she instills that in her teammates as well. Both my parents were actors. My mom was an actress for like 30 years. She was so good. And then my dad was an actor when they met, and then he decided to do something else so that he could like actually like support our family, and my mom kept acting. So I came from a family that was just very like out there and like very comfortable on stage and in front of people. I guess I just kind of always grew up being like that. I always grew up like talking to people and going out of my comfort zone and like expressing myself that way. And so when I started doing gymnastics, it was my own way of like acting.
She has rounded back into her pre-injury form, and the rest of the team is doing well right along with her. Michigan has reeled off 9 straight wins and is coming off their highest score of the season. Karas is currently ranked 12th nationally in the all-around, and she has at least 1 title on all 4 events this season.
I'm thrilled for her. I'm thrilled for our team because her contributions give our team that boost that we need. And so it's great all the way around, and I love seeing stories like this. I don't ever like to see anybody get hurt, but when that happens, I love seeing that drive and determination. The things that these athletes gain from being student athletes and the adversity that they go through, they have no idea right now how much it's preparing them for life. And this young woman's going to go far.
For MGO Blue TV, I'm Anthony Polidano.